Hey Josh, it's MJF. Heard you're a big fan. Guess what? I don't give a shit. Go fuck yourself.
Dude, how badass is that?
Don't leave. No, everyone here, don't leave. Josh, give away something.
Dude,
30 people. No,
what do you? Hey, you know what I could? What do we give away?
We're giving away stuff. Don't leave.
What should I give away? I will. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. For I want everybody right now that you're watching. You need to comment down there. Where Niko was an intern at when we did our first show of Total Nonstop Radio. If you can comment,
you're going to know that.
I bet there's somebody. Maddog will know. Okay, if you don't know that, comment down below who's going to win the MJF Mox this weekend. Like, I want to know where people are at with this. Like, I really want this to be interactive. I want this episode to be the one where everybody goes in and says, dude, I'm MJF all day long. I'm Mox all day long. I don't know, man. Where are you at?
Shit. I mean, I think it's a question of if they're ready to pull the plug and really give this strap to MJF and be the guy, because 24, he's now 24 years old. He just turned 24. To be able to be the guy that's actually the top guy in AEW wrestling is going to be a big Facebook user. Whoever just wrote Mox, we don't know who you are. You have to go to facebook.com/StreamYard and allow permission so we can see who you are.
Yeah, please allow permission so we can give you guys credit. We can say your names. Like, we want you guys to, like, we want to put you guys over. We want to be able to say your names. We want to have interaction. Yeah. We want you guys to have a good time. We just want to sit back and talk wrestling. Like, this show is really for you guys. This is where you get to voice your opinions, where you get to actually have a voice. You're not in a chat. I mean, we're at the point where we could take calls. We really could take calls if we wanted to take calls, but we don't because, well, it's just, it's a hassle right now. And unfortunately, people aren't there. So look, Facebook user.
Facebook user thumbs up. We don't know who you are, but that's okay. So anyways, there's Maddog joining us finally.
Dude, let's go. Should we hot tag it?
Hot tag with Maddog.
Hot tag.
Hi,
What's up, dude?
Yeah. That was my bad. I had to find my streaming equipment. And it was in my other backpack, actually. So that was kind of funny. Yeah.
So for people that don't watch or watch the show, I'm willing to say that Mad Dog Kelly quite possibly be our biggest fan.
Really. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So this is what we do, man. This is like, we want this to be about you guys that are sitting there. I mean, we've done this forever, man. Like, this is what we do. Like, I want to know, are you MJF or Mox? Where are you at?
Okay. So, I'm in New Jersey. And I'm both WWE and AEW. I like both. And I really liked, before, this whole Jon Moxley thing and the whole MJF thing, I really liked Dean Ambrose back in the day. Dean Ambrose was one of my favorite, the Shield, man. I grew up on the Shield and Team Hell No. They were like my two favorite. Like I told you guys before, Kane's my favorite wrestler. I have his Funko Pop. I showed you guys in my room. I have the Funko Pop of Kane. So I'm definitely for Team Moxley. I definitely want or Dean Ambrose or what I don't know. Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, they're the same person, just different personalities. You know what I mean? So
I think he might argue with that. I think he would say he's
maybe,
definitely not.
I don't
Dean
know.
Ambrose.
You know, he probably would not sign an autograph for me if I went up to him and said that. So, but
this is what you need to do, Maddog. This is what you need to do. I think you need to find somebody to get some glossy, like take a glossy 8x10. So when you get a chance, it's not all out this weekend, but if you get a chance, I think you should do a meet and greet with Moxley. Take your 8x10 to Mox and make it like sign it and give it to him and just walk away. I think that'd be fair, right? No. So are you 100%?
I've never met a wrestler before, so that would be a first time experience for me.
You've never
met a humbling feeling the first time you're graced with some wrestler, especially a wrestler you really like. That's what I remember. I met AJ Styles for the first time in like 2003, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's AJ Styles!" Like, you guys, I was like a little kid.
Oh my god!
I'm with you on that, Maddog. You've never ever met.
No, I've had. There was a couple of times where they've gone to a couple of the horror cons. But
John Wayne Morris, the anonymous Facebook.
It's just I've never really had the cash. I'm a big horror guy too, so I go to all the horror cons. I meet all the other horror celebrities.
Nice.
But no, I never met a professional wrestler. I did one time though. My dad took me to a wrestling show local here. His old girlfriend ran this whole little wrestling thing, and I got to meet a couple of them. It was just a small little indie wrestling circuit, but the closest wrestler I know actually is a girl who I went to high school with. She's actually down in the Florida circuit, actually. She does a couple I think it's Full Impact she does, and a couple other pro wrestling things. She's really cool. So I know her from high school. So I guess I did meet her back in high school, but now she's kind of not big time, but she's definitely there. So yeah, I could kind of be the wrestler, but no, not a professional one. No, yeah.
So
that's awesome.
So are we? Can he? I think he's side skirting it. Like, is he Team Mox or is he Team MJF? Where are we at?
He's
with
Mox.
Team Mox. Yeah, definitely.
You're Team Mox.
Yeah.
Don't you think? But don't you think at the end of the day, MJF getting the trigger pulled and letting him be the guy right now is the thing that's going to get more clicks on Twitter tomorrow, and it's going to get more clicks on the websites, and like it's just going to produce more publicity overall. It's going to be a 24-year-old, top heel becomes the man. Like it's instead of Mox carrying the tradition. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he's a very controversial wrestler, MJF, and he's pretty funny. You know what I mean? I always thought he was a funny guy. So
his mom hates him.
Yeah. So it's definitely controversial, and him getting the title, it would mean a lot to AEW. It would mean a lot for Mox to. I do see where you guys are going with this. For Mox to chase him back. It's kind of like the same thing with Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, if you will. They have to have Bray Wyatt chase Roman Reigns back eventually. Right. They're not going to do that right now, but hopefully in the future they will have Bray Wyatt chase Roman. It's the same thing with MJF winning that title. The more I want Mox to retain, but I do agree with you guys. I think MJF will get the title, and the Mox is going to have to chase him further down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So are we in agreement that Mox is the face in this and MJF is absolutely the heel, but it's really two anti-heroes going at each other, or not? Am I wrong when I say that?
Yeah, yes and no. I agree and disagree because the story is it's like, he has the heel, and then, Mox is kind of the baby face, but not really, because he's kind of also, and like you said, anti-hero is kind of like the Two-Face, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very, very unbalanced. So it's kind of tough decision there. But yeah, I kind of agree. It's basically just two, maybe possible heels going at each other tomorrow night.
I mean, not only and Noah wrote it best there, Sir Noah Garber, one of our other big fan. he's not just a heel; he's the top heel.
Yeah,
like it's him and Orton and like Miz. Like when you talk about people that are top heels, you talk about people that are like top shit talkers.
Yeah,
you got the list at the top of it as 24 years old. This is crazy.
So Maddog, I want to share with you. Yeah. I want to share with you the statement that I made on my now currently suspended Twitter account #Free Yeti. I honestly think that MJF is going to be a greater heel than Scott Hall ever thought he could be.
Yeah.
When I said that, and when I made that comment, and when I made that statement, I got shit on a lot I got shit on by a lot of people. And the hard part for me right now is I don't have any access to that account to go back to and tell those people like what people don't realize. And I'm going to dig deep here for a second is that you actually have two former CZW Wired champions going head to head in the rink, and I'm a huge CZW fan. I'm a huge Ring of Honor fan.
More hardcore though, isn't he?
Yeah. See,
Mox is way more hardcore, but I can tell you that
MJF is no pussy.
MJF is no pussy. Like
it's gonna be a great match.
This is what I encourage people to do. If you want to see the MJF that I fell in love with and I could not quit watching, 1, watch Combat Zone Wrestling, and 2, watch Limitless with Randy Carver. Okay. So if you can watch Limitless Wrestling, you're going to see Ace Romero. What name am I going to say right now? Nico Adams.
I don't know.
Anthony Green.
I was just looking. I was just reading this note from Real GDS saying that WWE could potentially have banned stars from talent from using TikTok.
I just sent you that link, and it's funny because Paige literally just responded 2 minutes ago on her Twitter saying nope.
Here's how I want to put.
I can't miss Lana on TikTok. That's my favorite thing in the world.
I don't know. Is TikTok in that thing? Are they making?
I think it's more the lines of like Twitch and Cameo.
They're not allowed to make money. That's the thing.
That's true. You're getting money. Yeah, they're getting paid now for their views.
Can't do it.
They're getting paid for their views now, so that's a good point. Take that shitty jersey off.
Hey, you can say jersey, but you can't say number. Like I can't. You guys cannot think of another gracious, amazing human being that has ever touched or played defense in the world than Troy.
Damn, Rucker. She's already a star there, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, can we just touch on this subject and Maddog? Like I want to ask you real quick before we let you go. I have 2 questions that I always ask people when you have guests on here. Is one, what are your thoughts on the current product of WWE?
Okay.
Right? Yeah. And two, what is your Mount Rushmore of wrestling, my friend?
Oh wow. Okay.
So and who's the hot chick that keeps walking behind you back there?
That's my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yowie wowie.
Okay, so the state of WWE it's crazy, man. It's nuts, man. With this whole Thunderdome thing now, and I hope they continue that. And I need to try and register for that because I heard that's crazy. That like gets booked in like 5 minutes. So I need to try and get on the website right away and do that. I haven't done it yet, so I got to do it. But I was very surprised. At the beginning of this pandemic, I was like, "Holy crap! They're gonna continue WWE, and if all the stuff." They're going to go, no fans in the Performance Center. And all of a sudden, John Cena gets on the mic. There's Bray Wyatt, which, by the way, one of my favorite wrestlers right now, currently, and definitely on my Mount Rushmore. I'll get to that in a minute. Just jumps over the rail and goes, "Hiya, John. It's good to see you after 5 years." Now, it's actually funny because 2014 was my first WrestleMania I watched. It was actually WrestleMania 30. Was my first WrestleMania, and it was actually funny. It was actually Bray Wyatt versus Cena, and as you guys know, Cena beat Bray Wyatt. Obviously, you guys know what happened there. And now in the Firefly Funhouse match, which everyone was like, "Oh, it's something," I loved it. I thought it was creatively, really great. Bray Wyatt classic storyline he did with John Cena, and seeing some backstage about it, a couple weeks ago with they did, the WWE thing. They did this 24, I think it was. They did it, and it was really cool to see John Cena. Like, this is a really cool storyline with Bray Wyatt. I'm in right now, and he really talked about how Bray is like this really nice guy and really cool guy to work with. So I was really happy about that. But overall, it's kind of crazy from what it did to what they're doing now with the Thunderdome. I think WWE's come a long way, but I think they should have handled the tests a lot better. I think personally they should have handled the way they did the virus a lot better.
Perfect.
And this
Man,
is actually somebody
huge.
who actually got the COVID-19 virus. I'm not afraid to admit it. I actually had the virus in April, and actually wrestling kept me through it. Watching
that's good to hear.
And AEW and NXT actually got me through it, because all I was doing was sitting in bed just watching wrestling. So that's all I really did, honestly. And I'm fine now. Way better, by the way. So yeah,
good, man. I'm glad. You know what's funny is that I'm gonna put this out there. So they just did a computer generated study on the coronavirus.
Okay.
And what they have discovered is that there's certain things in our body that help vascular. What do you want to call it? Elasticity. So it basically makes your blood cells seepy. And it also has the potential to turn, people keep trying to figure out why are people drowning? Why are people drowning? Because there's a substance in your body. I don't know. It's a fatty tissue thing. It's called in soaps and lotions, Tembernose. But once it gets in your lungs, like, when a diaper gets full?
Yeah.
That's what it does to your lungs, dude.
Yeah.
Basically, it makes that release into your lungs. So it's not fluid like you would be sick.
It actually went into my chest.
There's timber.
My mom did, actually. She only had a couple of symptoms. I had a lot worse. I always had respiratory problems when I was younger, with my chest. So, it went into my chest and took me 21 days for the full recovery. I mean, it was crazy.
So how are you now? Like, I mean, I've
it's good now. Things are good. I got retested and it came up negative, and I also have the antibodies. I don't know how long they last, but I do have them. So
you're donating plasma
from the hospital yesterday, because I had to go get some routine blood work done. Yesterday, they said that as longer you had it, the longer the antibodies stay in your system. So that's kind of interesting, learning from one of the hospital staff saying that. I haven't seen a study on that, but if the hospital's saying something like that, then I have to definitely look into that for sure. So
before we get. This is where the podcast meets the real world, right?
Yeah.
So what I say is, when we come back on the break from the other side, we're going to ask you about your Mount Rushmore, right?
Winning season returns at MyBookie. Winning season means doubling your first deposit. Winning season means Survivor, Super Contests, and Squares. At MyBookie, winning season means hitting all your parlays and props with your feet up. Watching your team trounce their rivals. Rejoice! It's time to celebrate the NFL season. Football's back, people. Come on. Invest in your intuition. Use promo code TIW and double your first deposit. New players get up to $1,000 in free play. Designed to add more excitement to the sports you love and the games you bet. From live betting to championship futures, every play you want to make is waiting at MyBookie. It's simple. Make your picks, win big. Collect your cash. Use promo code TIW and double your first deposit. Your winning season begins today, only at MyBookie. Guys, you can bet on everything. We're interviewing JXT. We've had him on from Australia. You want to bet on Aussie rules football? Guess what? It's on there. We're a wrestling podcast. You want to bet on the WWE? Guess what? It's on there. Guys, mybookie.com. Promo code TIW doubles your first deposit up to $1,000. That's $1,000, guys. So go ahead, check out MyBookie. Promo code TIW. You can get up to $1,000. You help us a little bit. You help yourself. You win some money. What's to lose, guys? MyBookie.com. Promo code TIW.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when we're live, I just say, "What's your Mount Rushmore?"
Yeah. Okay, so it's so tough because there's so many. But I would have to go with is Mount Rushmore 4 people or 5? 4.
If you count Trump, it's 5.
Okay. So 5 then. I'll give you my top 5. Past and present. Definitely I have to say, like I said, Bray Wyatt is on that list for sure. I like Swamp Bray Wyatt. I like the Fiend. I have a couple Fiend t-shirts. I have a Funko Pop. I don't have his action figure on here. I only have a couple of them, as you can see behind me. I really can't, but I do have the action figures. So there's Bray Wyatt. I would definitely say probably Sting. I'm a big Sting fan. I like Josh was saying, big WCW. I'm always a big WCW fan as well. Definitely Sting. I would have to probably put, so that's 2. Stone Cold Steve definitely is one of my favorite, as well. I have to put him up there. And then like I said, it was Kane. And then my final one, of course, would be The Undertaker. I mean, that guy did it for 30-something years. I mean, there's just so much respect I have for The Undertaker. And it's not even just, for The Undertaker, it's persona. It's just Mark Calloway as Mark Calloway. I've watched him in interviews, actually. It was funny because it was another thing that got me through was watching Undertaker interviews.
He's good.
Did so many live streams and stuff. So I watched all that. But yeah, I mean, Undertaker is just one of those personas. I grew up in the 2000s era. So I grew up with Cena. I grew up with the Taker. You know what I mean? I grew up with all of those personas, and the whole story with Kane and Taker being brothers and not brothers. When I was a kid, I actually thought they were really brothers. You know what I mean? I didn't know, that there was just a storyline. That there was a Glenn Jacobs. I didn't know at the time there was a Mark Calloway. I had no clue. I actually thought they were actual brothers. And every time I watch SmackDown, I'm like, oh my God, here's the Brothers of Destruction coming out to wreak chaos on just everybody. You know what I mean? And now it's just so funny because, Mark, I think he's in Texas now, and now Glenn Jacobs is some mayor in Tennessee, so I don't even know where, but he's a mayor, now he's a politician. And it was great to see Kane back with Daniel Bryan earlier this year. Speaking of the Bray Wyatt feud, it was really cool to see Kane in that storyline. You know what I mean? It was very cool to see him back with Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend. So yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore. I know it's not the greatest of there. So
no way. I'm going to tell you right this, brother.
That's my exact right here. Hogan, Flair, Stone Cold, and The Rock. That is my exact. And the only one that would be questionable would be Hogan and The Undertaker. I go back.
So I'm going to give you. We got 2 things, Matt. We got 2 things here. Okay, yeah. So that today you bought some figures, right? You bought some figures today. You sent me some pictures of some figs today.
Yeah.
And the reason I always ask why or what somebody's Mount Rushmore is, right, is because, dude, I always got an ace in my pocket. I always do. I always got an ace in my pocket, no matter what. So what I want to tell you is you got to DM me, right? Because
Okay.
I shop up here. I live in Montana. Like, it's kind of easier for me to get figures. It's more of a, like, there's probably literally, I think there's only, I've narrowed it down between 5 and 6 dudes that I'm competing with because I see them on a regular basis when it comes to figures. So, one, I've got you something.
Okay.
And 2, right? I just want to know, like, when you buy these action figures, do you suffocate them like me or do you let them breathe?
Well, it depends. I actually am going to keep these ones in the box. The Ronda Rousey one. Oh my God, the glare is terrible. But here's the
No, you're good.
one. That's Billy Kay. That's Billy Kay. And I actually bought this one, Billy Kay, here because actually, the Iconics just broke up on Monday Night Raw. So I was like, holy crap, Billy Kay, this is the last one. I better grab her before somebody else does. Peyton Royce wasn't there. And of course, this is Ronda Rousey. You can't actually the SummerSlam Elite Edition with the belt. I'm going to keep these in the boxes. Actually,
gotta let him breathe, Timber.
I do have a mini Sting figurine from Funko here.
Oh, nice.
There you go. It's a little mini Sting. That's why Sting's one of my favorites here. You go here. Yes, see him here. The back of them. So sometimes yes and sometimes no. You know what I mean? Really depends. I like, as a Funko collector, I like to keep them in the box, but something like this, a mystery one, I have to kind of open it and see which one I got, and I just happen to get Sting. So here, yeah.
So I got something for you.
Okay.
I'm
putting him down right there.
Not necessarily for you specifically, but while you were walking away, I showed everybody else, so everybody else knows and you don't. So you just got to DM me your address, okay?
Okay.
So I can get you this thing right here.
Oh my God! Wow, that is a Fiend Bray Wyatt Elite
Absolutely,
Collection.
brother.
Yeah, wow. That is truly amazing.
With the lantern, look at that thing. That thing's
that
is probably one of the best action figures I've ever seen.
I'm just that's awesome. I have him. I shown you guys the picture of the Funko Pop of him in my room. Oh my God, that's awesome right there. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
No, dude, thank you for spending the time. And that's one of the things we want to do when people spend when people spend the time to one, help us and retweet and do the things you do, and then also take an hour out of your time to listen to us, man, that's huge. It's important to us. It's important. Like as guys at podcasts and get to do this, look at Timber. See that she knows.
I love our fans. He's like, that's dope. Where's mine? We love you guys. We love you guys so much.
Yeah. So you just got to DM me your address, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you for all your support and coming on and just
I
didn't even know that
come back on. Maybe one of the big pay-per-views or any of the pay-per-views. I would love to come on, give some predictions with you guys. If you guys don't mind doing that, I would love to do something like that with you guys. Another collab like this. This was so much fun, and I apologize for not being on right away. I had to find out my.
No, this is what we do.
You guys. I appreciate it, and of course, I will keep supporting you. JP actually messaged me through Twitter last night. He said, "What's your address?" I said, "I will Facebook you my address." So he actually sending me a mask of your podcast, Josh, the Irish Whip podcast there.
Yep.
Check them out. So JP sending me a mask. Exactly. So I'm excited for that. And now I'm excited for this, the Bray Wyatt.
We're excited for you. Thank you, man. You've been a really great fan and we appreciate it.
Unfortunately, the simple fact that you are Team Mox means that we do have to remove you. Dude, what a cool kid. Really, what a cool kid.
I like him. We chat. I think we both chat with him on the sidelines, so it's cool to we Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get out of here so we can go enjoy our Friday, man.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor, guys. Thank you for spending the half hour with us. Follow us at 3 Irish Boys. That's the Irish podcast. Make sure you listen to Niko and Vince, and I roll in every once in a while over on at WWR Live, which is World Wrestling Radio, which is a good time because Vince is such a prick, dude. He's such a prick.
We have a good time yelling at Vince. Top heel.
We just pick on him. We're done. So
And please join the Wrestling Civilization, our group on Facebook. It's a wild group. We're actually approaching 1,000 people in under a month. We've had over 900 people join us in the last 30 days, and we have a lot of fun on there. Charmaine, what's up? You're a little late. We're so sorry. Better late than never.
Yeah. We got shit to do, right? Biggest thing is for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds, what I want to tell people is specifically for the reason why we talked about it a little bit earlier. The reason why I'm wearing a football jersey is go to mybookie.com. Make sure you enter promo code TIW. They will do many things for you. They'll match your deposit. They'll do all sorts of stuff. So do me a favor, it's mybookie.com. It's also a Twitter handle is at mybookie. Tell them the Irish Whip sent you. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something different for you.
Thank you, John, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And please go check out MyBookie, promo code TIW, and we will be back next week.
Thanks, guys.